Hello folks, shintigercurl here, that dude in the straw hat, bringing you yet another wrestling review. I'm of course joined by my cohort and roommate, Joe. Say hi, Joe. He's sick. And that's the reason why I haven't been doing any videos lately. Not because I'm bored of wrestling, I'm just going through a bad lymph node infection, which is giving me an extremely high fever, so that's the reason why haven't been able to do any videos lately, but I decided to do one for tonight. Why? Because tonight is WWE Extreme Rules. I wasn't going to take didn't take any notes because I didn't want to expect to do a review, but tonight was a good night. So I'll try to remember as much as I can and try to fill you in on as much as I'm possibly able to. Hold on. Gatorade. Okay, first match to open the night is CM Punk versus Randy Orton, the first of many feuds that will be ending tonight, thanks to the draft that happened on Monday. And their match will be a last man standing match, and I have to say this was a pretty incredible matchup. A lot of people have been saying that Randy Orton can't pull off a great pay-per-view performance. Tonight he kind of answered them by pulling off a great matchup. This is really back and forth. We saw a lot of brutal shots. We saw some chair shots. We saw some kendo sticks. We saw some vicious action from both of these guys. But in the end, it was a RKO off the top rope on CM Punk, which gave Randy Orton the win. Now it should be noted that this is sort of a streak for Punk, as he has not won a pay-per-view match since the last Extreme Rules, I believe. And so that's a year of losing consistently at every pay-per-view he's been on. So yeah, I mean, there's that. They could have let him go out with a win. But anyway, it was a good match, so I'm not complaining. Next match, just added, was the United States Championship to be defended between the champion, Captain Sheamus, and against his opponent, Kofi Kingston. Now, there was a good point. There was a funny point, funny little promo before the match, and Sheamus was like, "I'm the new United States champion. I defend the entire United States of America. Kofi's not even from America. I want to see his birth certificate." Nice dig there. Anyway, the match, per Extreme Rules, will be contested into a tables match. Now, once again, this is another great matchup. Sheamus and Kofi played well off of each other, with Sheamus trying to play the dominating physical heel and Kofi the high flyer. And like Booker was saying tonight, Kofi needed to find his mean streak if he was going to last against Sheamus of all people. The end comes when Kofi hits the boom drop off the top rope outside on Sheamus through a table. He ends becoming WWE United States Champion. Of course, they weren't going to let that title go to Raw. I mean, of course, they weren't going to let that title stay on SmackDown. Hell no. Okay, next up. Next match is one of the two matches that I did not like. It is JR and the King versus Michael Cole and Jack Swagger in a country whipping tag team match. Basically, the rules are as a standard WWE tag team match, but all the competitors, the leather straps are usable. You can use them. This is not like an apple pie Indian strap match. Look it up on YouTube. Anyway, this was a subpar match. Better than the one they had at WrestleMania, but still it kind of went on a bit too long for my taste. I will say JR looked really good out there. He really was came alive in that ring. But sadly, Michael Cole and Jack Swagger pick up the win. So you know what that means. This feud, it continues to go on. Not that I hate JR or the King, but this feud really needs to end, and Michael Cole really needs to get the beating he is so fervently deserved. He he only got a couple of whips from he didn't get as much of a beating as he should have. That was what I'm saying. And like Booker was saying, I hope they're paying Jack Swagger a lot of money to participate in this crap. So there's that. Next match, also just added from SmackDown, is Layla versus Michelle McCool. No DQ, no countouts. Loser leaves the WWE. And actually, as much shit as I give Laycool, this was actually a very good matchup. The two of them were very... I mean, Michelle McCool can pull off a great match when she tries, as does Layla. When she's not jobbing or trying to make Michelle look good, she's actually a very competent wrestler into her own right. And this was a very good back and forth matchup. A lot of emotion. They really played the psychology up with this match. And in the end, Layla wins. Which is no surprise to me, since pretty much everyone knew that Michelle was leaving the WWE to spend some more time with her husband, The Undertaker. So Layla leaves, and then we get the music. The laugh. That's right. Kong. Or Karma as she's now known. But Awesome Kong is in the WWE. And the look of absolute terror on Michelle McCool's face was enough to make me smile. And straight up, Kong killed her. Divas, you're on notice. Kong's gonna kill you. Next match, I believe, was Cody Rhodes versus Rey Mysterio, Falls Count Anywhere. Now, of course, this was another feud that was coming to an end since Rey just got drafted to Raw. So the two of them they basically took advantage of the Falls Count Anywhere rule, and they fought everywhere, pulling off some amazing and very impactful moves. Cody did a flash kick off a concession stand, if that's what you want to call it, and it generally moved back to the ring. And the end came when Cody had Rey on the top rope. He looks like he was going to do something on the top rope. Then Rey spit some green mist out into Cody's face, a la the Great Muta. Then hit him with the 619 with the knee brace exposed. 1, 2, 3. Rey wins. This was another excellent match by these two. Probably even better than their WrestleMania match. But a lot of people might say Rey should have lost, but I'll say it like this. Cody Rhodes had a one-on-one matchup at WrestleMania against a former world champion and beat him at WrestleMania. He may have lost tonight, but he'll always have that to brag about. Next up, the first of the two world title matches. Alberto Del Rio versus Christian for the vacant world heavyweight title in a ladder match. And what can I say? This was perhaps one of the greatest ladder matches in WWE history. This was up there with Michaels, Razor Ramon. It's up there with Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian, considering who's in it. This was one of those great matches. These two really fought hard over this vacant world title. There were some near misses, some great moments. There's so many great moments out of this matchup, I can't even recall all of them. But the end comes when Christian is almost reaches up to the belt when Brodus Clay comes in the ring, pushes the ladder over, catches Christian, and Christian's able to knock him out of the ring, busts him open. Then Del Rio gets back in the ring, busts open Christian, and puts him in a cross arm breaker in the mini ladder. And Del Rio sets up the ladder, looks like he's gonna win, until a horn is honking. It turns, and it's Edge in a Jeep. It's another distraction that Christian pushes him over. Del Rio flies out of the ring on top of Clay and Ricardo Rodriguez. He climbs up to the top and hell just froze over because Christian is the new World Heavyweight Champion. Yes! Yes! Suck it, all you fools who didn't think Christian would be champion. Well, even I didn't think he'd be champion. But of course, Del Rio was going to Raw, So there was no way they were going to have 2 championships on one show. It's happened before, but not tonight. And a lot of people are saying this is like Christian, like Rey Mysterio winning the belt in honor of Eddie, and like, no, Christian had this coming. He has deserved a world title run since his return to WWE. So kudos to you, Christian. You earned it. Next match was a tag team lumberjack match, which I'll not get into because, frankly, it sucked. Didn't care for it. But anyway, the champs retain, and Core looks weak. Last match, steel cage match for the world title. John Morrison, John Cena, The Miz. Let's get it on. This was actually a better match than I thought it would be. Everyone had their moments to shine. John Morrison looked outrageously good in that in the cage. He was insanely quick. I mean, you could tell that Miz and John Cena were trying to compensate for how damn quick he was. He was getting up that cage faster than Spider-Man. And the Miz also showed how good of a champion he was. There were a few moments that he looked like he was going to lose, but he was able to pull it back and had good control of the momentum for most of the match. At one point, Morrison looks like he was going to win, but then R-Truth comes out and interrupts and just proceeds to beat the hell out of him inside the middle of the cage. And that takes Morrison out of the equation. Then, while Miz eventually ends up eating a FU off the top of the rope. So, 1, 2, 3. John Cena's your new world champion. Yeah, 10 times, yeah. So I'll say this, it was a great match. I just didn't like who won. I mean, I could have seen The Miz retain the belt a little bit longer, but yeah, it's... I'm just saying, I would rather have anyone else's. Cena doesn't need the championship right now. He doesn't really need it. He's already over with the crowd. He doesn't need the belt. Miz needed a little bit more. John Morrison would have used it a hell of a lot more if it wasn't for the backstage heat he's getting. But anyway, it was a good match. Didn't care for Cena winning. So that was Extreme Rules. My verdict? Thumbs up. This was certainly a much better pay-per-view than WrestleMania, and I can't believe I'm saying that. But yeah, it was. It was better booked. The matches were better. The promos were what few there were better. The only 2 matches I didn't care for was the country whipping match and the lackluster tag team title match. But other than that, all the other matches were great. Went from good to downright awesome. So, and of course my 2 favorite moments: Kong killing bitches dead, and Christian finally World Heavyweight Champion. So, like I said, that was Extreme Rules. Watch it; it's great. And I will see. So that was my review. And right now I'm going to go lay down because I am feeling hot as hell and feverish. And Joe's going to lay down with me. He's not feeling too good either. So that was Extreme Rules. Tune in tomorrow when I attempt to review Raw, which will celebrate the birthday of the Great One. So until then, this is shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, and Joe saying goodnight. And I feel like crap.